Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Now, today I'm going to talk about losing weight. And I already did one like this before a couple of days or maybe a few weeks ago, give or take. But, anyways, so here's the deal. I am on I don't know, maybe a venture because it's not really a journey to lose a few pounds. I did the weight loss journey once before and I've kept most of the weight off, but I have been eating like, I don't know, food, candy, junk, desserts, sodas, cold drinks. I've been eating them like they're going out of style. So I picked up a few pounds and you know how it is, especially if you're a female. I'm not really uh I don't really want to get back as big as I was. At one time I was 266. I was well on my way to 300 pounds. Now I'm give or take 155 to 165, give or take those 10 pounds. What I would like to do is get back down. At one time, I was 124, and I looked really sick. I had people asking me, oh, if I had cancer, or oh, if I had an eating disorder, or oh, if I was diabetic, or excuse me. So I really did have people that really just went the wrong way with it. So it's kind of weird because I am watching my weight, but not dramatically. So, yesterday, I went out to a buffet breakfast and I had, well, on my plate was two pieces of fried chicken and some grits with some cheese. And what I did was, I did not eat half of it. I had a couple of bites of the chicken, I had a couple of bites of the grits, and then I went and got a small scoop of banana pudding with a cookie and a half of banana pudding. And so when I tell you it was a cookie and a half, the on the buffet where the desserts were, there was a broken cookie. So I took a whole one and I took half of the one that was broken. So, I didn't sit up there at the, buffet where everybody comes to get their food and break a cookie. It was already broken, so no worries, no weirdo comments about that. But anyway, I had like a cup like this, with soda in it, and then that was my soda for the day. And then I didn't have anything else to eat until last night. And so last night, I went to McDonald's. And I had a cold drink and a hamburger. And then I went and had an ice cream. Now, I would say ice cream cone because that's what I bought. I bought the ice cream cone. But as soon as I made it to the house, through the door, now keep in mind, it was a small ice cream. So when I tell you the cone was this big, and the ice cream piled on top was this big. It didn't take me long to eat the ice cream on the ride home. Make it through the door, and my two whoopie doos are waiting at the door. So yes, they got the cone. So anyway, I said all that to say this. I have been monitoring what I eat. I don't eat like a completely insane person, but I do not starve or deprive myself either. And so today for lunch, well, for breakfast, I had a cup of coffee. For lunch, I had broccoli cheddar rice. And for dinner, I'm probably going to have either broccoli cheddar rice or Burger King. I'm not sure yet. It's going to be one of the two. But I'm not going to have any more soda because I had a soda with lunch. And see, that's what I did. Now, back in the day, when I weighed 360 some odd, 66 pounds, um, most of that was from sitting around drinking cold drink all day. And so I am not going to get back on that kick. Now, I gave up cold drinking a lot of things when I stopped smoking. And so I decided to go on the weight loss journey at that time because it was time for me to lose weight and be thin and be healthy. I was giving up smoking. So that being said, I was going to give up the cold drink and, well, I call them cold drinks because I'm from New Orleans. I guess here in Missouri they call them soda. I think they call it soda in Texas too. But anyways, carbonated drink. And so, with that being said, I gave up carbonated drinks for a long, long time. Now I'm just now getting back into them, which probably isn't a good thing. But I do like a good carbonated drink, as opposed to unsweet tea all the time. So that's what I did yesterday at breakfast. Like I had my one soda for the day or for the morning. It should have been for the day, but last night with dinner I had another one. So, but when I got through yesterday morning with that soda, I ended up switching over to an unsweet tea. But yeah, so I had the soda and ice cream last night, so it was like, I knew I wasn't going to eat like that again today because I was telling my family, I'm like, ooh, I can't eat like this every day. It's fun to eat like that once in a while, but I wouldn't do it every day because I'm not trying to be the next contestant on my 600-pound life. So, that being said, I'm prone to getting big because I've been there and done that. So my body is used to being fat, and so I don't want to go back there. And so a lot of times I just sit here in my chair and do a couple of chair exercises, and I don't. I have a candy dish sitting here, and I'm sucking on a little piece of candy right now, but it's not something I do all the time. Mostly, I have this sitting here. I have this sitting here, and it is. If you watch any of my other videos, you'll know that this is a big old jar of Tic Tacs, and then I added some little licorice candies to it and some cinnamon candies to it. Now, these are really low calorie hard candies, and I like these because they last a long time. And I want to say five of these candies, it takes five of these candies to get 60 calories. And so, give or take, I have probably three of these a day. And then the Tic Tacs are 0 calories, unless you're going to sit there and eat them by the full container. And then I think a full container is 10, 20, something to that effect. I don't know how that works. But on the container of the Tic Tacs, it literally says that it's a 0 calorie thing. But then my husband looked it up and he's like, well, you can't just sit there and, guzzle them down because after a minute it does start to equal some kind of caloric intake or something. And so it's like, yeah, well, I don't sit here and eat them by, the handful anyway. But, it's good to know. So, from my first video to this video, I can honestly say I haven't lost and or gained. anyway. It's kind of a plateau right now because I'm constantly eating the same. I haven't um I've incorporated soda back into my diet, which I probably need to incorporate it back out, and that would probably right there be 10 pounds. So I mean, and that's what I'm saying. It's like I am. Mm, I'm watching what I'm eating, but I'm not disciplining myself like I originally did. And I'm happy with where I'm at, but I could stand to like clear up the neck area a little bit, like thin this down and then pick this up. But I don't know, maybe some of it has to do with age. I don't know. Some of it might have to do with weight. But again, I'm at a a place where I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm not overweight, but I could stand to lose. If I lost 20 pounds, I would be okay. So I mean, I'm I'm slowly working on it. I am slowly working on it. I am on top of the fact that I do not want to be dang. I don't want to be in the 200s, let alone dang near 300. Because like I said at the start of this video, I was 16. I'm sorry, I was 266 at one time. So now I am about 150 to 160. And so I'm not creeping any higher than that because I'm not trying to get back to 200 pounds, let alone 2 plus. I'm happy being in the ones. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy being in the 100 zone. And like I said, I watch what I do because I like being mobile and I like not hurting and I like being able to breathe and so it is one of those things where you have to be vil- I want to say diligent. I guess it's diligent about what you're doing and I showed you my cup earlier. I'm literally just sitting here with a cup of ice, and I like to chew on ice. But when the ice melts, then I have nice cold water here, and I'm not overly exhausting myself on diets and I don't wake up thinking about food and I don't go to bed thinking about food and I don't spend my day thinking about food unless I'm thinking about what I'm gonna feed my family. That's a whole nother situation because I have two members that work right now and two members that stay home with me. And so, um, doing doing to go lunches for them versus stay home lunches for these guys. Now, keep in mind the guys that stay at home, they're old enough to feed themselves, and if I cook, fine. If I don't, fine. It's generally the to go guys that I worry about feeding, whether it's making them food or making sure they have money for food. But other than that, my day does not really revolve around, oh my gosh, what am I going to eat? What didn't I eat? What am I going to drink? I can have this, but I can't have that. I learned a long time ago in the weight loss journey, back in the very beginning, that I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm not going to. If you want something bad enough, then you'll achieve it. You'll achieve it. But sitting there going, "Oh my God, poor woe is me! I had banana pudding yesterday, and then I had ice cream, and then I had a cold drink, and I did." But the old saying, calories in, calories out. I like to move around. So though I probably didn't burn off every calorie that I took in, I didn't keep every calorie that I took in either. So you have to see these things as a plus and not as a minus, and you don't ever want to beat yourself up over what you did or didn't do because tomorrow is always a new day and you've always got new opportunities and new chances and new um, it's a new adventure. So you have to keep renewing and redoing. And if you did great yesterday, kudos. And, pat yourself on the back. And I'm not even trying to be a smartass or be sarcastic. Seriously, pat yourself on the back, give yourself a hug, let yourself know you did good, and carry on with today. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I did, here's the thing. I look at it like this. I did have ice cream yesterday, and I did have two cold drinks yesterday, or two sodas. I'm sorry. Y'all gotta get used to. I'm from New Orleans, so if I say cold drink, I mean soda or carbonated drink. Dr Pepper. I had a Dr Pepper. Okay. So, but here's what I didn't have. I didn't have a whole lot of food. Keep in mind, again, I said that for breakfast I put two pieces of fried chicken on my plate, but I only had a couple of bites off of one piece. And then I tore it up and I stuffed it in a little pouch that the silverware comes in, and I brought it home to the scraps to my pups. Because I come home and they sniff me down like like they're private detectives hunting for the weapon. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's what I do. And so that being said, I didn't have a whole lot of food for breakfast, and then I didn't have a whole lot for dinner. I had a hamburger, which I did complete. And again, it's not making excuses. It's taking accountability because I know what I had, and I shouldn't have had as much sugar as I did, but I didn't have as much as I could have. So that's still a plus for me. And today is a whole new day, and I woke up and I had coffee for breakfast, and I had um cheddar broccoli rice for lunch, and now it is after 5 in the evening, and I'm thinking about dinner, but I'm not really hungry yet, so I'm kind of not even worried about it. But there's food up there for the guys if they want to eat. So it's like my day don't revolve around food, but it definitely revolves around not hurting. So I don't ever want to get to a weight again where I'm hurting, and I have been there and done that. So that's definitely um, a conscious effort on my part to not get there. And so, guys, I just want to say that if you eat a candy bar, watch. Here's the thing, okay? If you don't want to give up the candy bar, but you want to lose a couple of pounds, take that candy bar, break it if it's a big, break it down into three pieces. Have a piece today, a piece tomorrow, and a piece the next day. And you can do it because see what you're doing is you're satisfying that taste and that craving for that candy bar without overindulging and without going 150 to 160 calories deep on just one candy bar. It's doable, and that's why, like I said back in the beginning of my weight loss journey years ago, I was going through Dr. Pepper cases of Dr. Pepper. When I tell you I was going through 12 packs, back in the day we used to buy 24 packs. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know if they make 24 packs anymore. If they do, somebody let me know below because I don't even buy Dr. Peppers like that anymore. I go in, I grab the 12 pack. If I drink on it by myself, the 12 pack will last me for 2 weeks. Um, if I drink on it, if I share some with the family, then it'll last me less because if I'm drinking 12 cans by myself and I'm only having one a day, then you're looking at having 12 days worth. So that's 2 weeks. But if I give one here and there and then everywhere, then you know. But that is what it is. Because back in the day, I used to be able to go through a 12 pack of Dr. Pepper, a 12 pack in uh, probably in a few hours in the morning. And then by this time at night, I'd be halfway through another one. And I for the majority of the part, I was drinking that. Now, there would be very few times where I would put like the ice in it. And if y'all look, I have like small ice cubes now because I actually have the ice maker that sits on your table. But back in the day, we didn't have that, so we bought bags of ice. But I've always liked the ice in my drink. And so if it watered down too much and it tasted bland, I didn't drink it. Now nowadays I will. Nowadays I actually, put more ice in it to make it last longer because the taste of the cold drink, even though it's watered down, beats the taste of unsweetened tea or a cup of water. So I've actually come to enjoy it or at least appreciate it. Back in the day I would have dumped that out, got me a fresh one, and then started the whole calorie count over again. But I don't do that anymore. So it is a weight loss journey is a whole lot different than I want to lose a couple of pounds or I want to plateau at where I'm at and stay where I'm at. Now, I will say this, being that we're human beings, we never eat the exact same every single day. That and we never exercise the exact same every single day. So that being said, your weight will fluctuate between a certain amount of 5 and 10 pounds. And right now, my 5 and 10 pounds is between 150 and 155 to 165, and I don't really like that. So um, I'm going to pick up my moving a little more. And I have this wonderful chair that it's some kind of weird office chair that my son gave me. And I love the fact that it has a spring back because I can sit here and in the chair itself, I can exercise because I'm using my core. And I don't know if y'all can see it, probably not in the video because the light's dim and all that great stuff. But it has kind of like a spring back to it, and I sit here a lot of times and just kind of do this. It is almost like using the same muscles that you would use to if you were doing a sit up. It's the core stomach muscles, and so I like to do that because it's burning the fat, but it's also strengthening the stomach muscles. And sometimes in my chair, I will just sit here with my arms bent and I will twist because the office chair also moves. So you can do a twist side to side. You can move in a chair. So if you're wheelchair bound, you can still do some kind of exercise to drop a couple of calories and a few pounds at the same time. But I see not my calorie. I see my time counter is quickly rolling up. And again, if you watch this channel for any amount of time, you'll know that the app I use to make these videos allots me a 25-minute period and then the recording will stop. So, that being said, I am a few minutes shy of that mark. So, guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. Remember, it's up to you. You have to love yourself enough to want to change, and you have to not want to hurt. So, if you're on a weight loss trip or journey, comment below. Let me know where you're at, what you're doing, and what your plans are for the future. What weight are you leaving behind, and what weight are you trying to achieve? All right, guys, I love you with the love of the Lord. I'm going to wrap this one up before my time cuts me off. I will see you in the next one. Thumbs up, thumbs down, comment. I'll see you around.